Hey there, and welcome to the second episode of Like We Do. I can't honestly say that without doing that weird
Like we do.
like we do. Anyways, we got a whole bunch of stuff for you this week. And the wife has a surprise for me and story time, so you want to listen all the way for that, or most of the way anyways.
Listen all the way.
Okay, there you go. So there's a few things that we have to fix from last week, because it was our first and we were nervous and we didn't know what we were doing, and you wouldn't believe how awkward it is just kind of talking to a third person that doesn't exist here. I mean, I'm talking to you, but I feel like I'm talking to you about somebody else that's not here.
That's kind of creepy.
It is weird. But some of the advice that we got was awesome. Thank you very much for all that. Most of it was, you got to talk louder.
I know. I'm keeping my nose on the tip of the microphone. And if I move, I will bring the microphone with me.
I have a very booming voice that I've been told carries, so I don't have to worry about it as much, but she's quiet as a church mouse. So.
I'm a mouse.
So we have to clear up the political part of it. I kept saying we were left wing, which would be Democrats, and I don't follow that political idealism at all. We are, I don't want to say Republican, because even the Republicans nowadays are weirdos.
Yeah. Repugnant.
Yeah. So I was talking with somebody, and I said that we should start a third party called the Common Sense Party. And that's where you use your common sense, which is rare nowadays, you know.
It is.
But we lean more to the right than the left. I always get confused because I'm left-handed, so I tend to be left-dominated.
I'm a woman, so I'm always right. It's really easy for me to remember.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I think that works.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, we lean more to the right. We're right-wing gun nuts, and, well, not nuts, but
Our house is protected.
yes, very well protected. But anyways, enough of that in our political stance. There are three things that I've been told anyways, that you just don't talk about if you don't want to fight with somebody, and that is religion, politics, and pizza toppings.
Oh.
Them
Yes.
three things. So, I mean, because you can have a fight about pizza toppings as viciously sometimes as religion and politics.
I had never heard that one.
Well, yeah.
The pizza toppings one.
Well, especially as off-putting pineapple on pizza is.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that's not bad. What I find more offensive would be mushrooms.
Well, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't like mushrooms. Well, I'm allergic to mushrooms, so.
But who puts things that taste like dirt on pizza?
Exactly.
Something so delicious.
And we're going to have listeners that go, well, wait a minute now.
Oh, I know we will, because I know some that listen and they like their mushrooms.
Yeah. Ugh. But anyways, really hasn't been anything new in the news lately, has there? Have you heard anything?
No, they're talking a lot about that banning TikTok stuff, which that bothers me.
They're banning TikTok?
They want to ban TikTok. I don't understand why, and I've not followed it. I just don't have the time in my day to listen to politicians argue about a freaking application on your phone that you should have the choice to use or not use. So.
Why are they banning TikTok?
I don't know. I think it's China or something. I don't know, honestly.
China's banning TikTok?
No,
or
no.
we're banning it because of China?
No, Biden wants to ban TikTok. I don't know. I feel like it's something like exposing our lives to China? I don't really know. It's stupid.
Well, they do ask a lot of questions on there, from what I've heard, about all your information. So maybe they just don't want China knowing all our info, or they don't want China looking at us doing stupid dances and trends like.
Yeah, I mean, it's such simple shit on TikTok. I mean, yeah, some people get on there and they go on their political rants or this way or the other or go on about something, but for the most part, it's just fun. I mean, I'm getting on there and I'm looking at crafting videos for the love of Pete. You know, cute dogs and cats or little kids doing something funny. I don't think China cares about that crap.
Isn't that where planking came from?
TikTok?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The evil TikTok and the evil planking.
Planking is evil. I hurt my toe really bad.
You tried planking? When did you try planking?
Oh, maybe it's not planking. What are those things? Yeah, isn't it planks? Where you get on the floor and you're on your toe and you're...
Well, you just lay flat on surfaces.
Oh, no, I didn't do that.
What the heck did you do then?
What's it called? It's some sort of exercise thing. It's a something challenge. It's probably not planking. I don't know.
Huh. There's all kinds of weird challenges.
It's almost like a push-up, I think, but you just stay in that one position for like a length of time.
Oh dear Lord!
Hurt my toe.
Well, the only thing I've heard in the news is whether former President Trump, is going to be arrested or not arrested, or indicted or not indicted, and he keeps putting out there that if he's indicted for this Stormy Daniels thing, then the world's gonna end, and
holy shit!
Well, there'll be riots in the streets, and I don't know if that's the case. Really,
but I thought the day came and gone, like nothing happened when it was expected to happen, and
well, I think they keep threatening him.
Oh, are they threatening him?
Yeah.
He needs TP for his bunghole.
He keeps I don't know, he's a polarizing person to begin with. He really is. I got to be honest. I as a person, I'm not a big fan of Donald Trump as a person. As a president, I got to tell you, we'd never been more prosperous. We'd never been more peaceful. We'd never been more happy as a nation, except for the leftists out there who have Trump dementia, or what do they call it? It's an actual thing.
Really?
Yeah, it's like Trump syndrome or something like that. And it's that they hate this guy so much that, you know, if Donald Trump said, I'm against kicking puppies, these leftists would find the nearest puppy and kick it. That's how this Trump derangement syndrome is what they call it.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. He ran the crap out of the country. He did a good job.
Well, that sounds awful, but no, he ran the country well.
He was trying to run the crap out of the country.
Well, exactly. Drain the swamp is what he said.
Yep.
And he was doing a good job at it, so.
Build the wall. All that stuff.
Yeah, well, again, Biden said we're going to not build any more into that wall until we decide we're going to build more of that wall. This idiot, I tell you. I think personally I have Biden derangement syndrome, because anything that guy does it just sends me off the deep end.
He's a moron.
He's dumber than a...
I was watching, speaking of TikTok and Biden, a video last night. I wish I had saved it or sent it to you, but it was about how the CIA was making these masks. And this could be utter crap, but these masks that were so realistic. I mean, this was like a specific agency within the CIA, the disguise agency or something like that. And they actually showed a picture of Joe Biden up on stage, and you could see that it was a masked person. It wasn't Joe Biden, but these masks are made to look so realistic that for a length of time, it can fool people.
Oh.
So him being up on stage, it was like a little piece of the mask by his ear was coming off.
It's like Darkman. Oh, you probably don't know that reference, do you?
No.
It's a movie where pretty much the same thing happens. He got horribly burned, but he had this synthetic skin that made masks, and he could be anybody he wanted to be. And
Oh, well,
it's a really good movie. It has Liam Neeson in it, so check it out sometime.
well, yeah, and I guess some reporter or some person went in with a mask on. Must have been that of somebody within the White House and was questioning George W. Bush, and then she took that mask off. Like he did not know the difference.
Oh.
And they were like, "You've been duped," you know. You got me.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. You can't get fooled again. So this week, anyways, like I was saying, we have we're gonna finish up the Q&A that we didn't finish last week. The questions that our kids gave us. Answer them to the best of our ability. And this week, last week's story had to do with you and Big Dick and Little Dick.
Yep.
And our listeners really enjoyed that segment. So we're going to follow that up with a surprise kind of story time that I know nothing about, that the wife is going to surprise me with. Oh, you should see the smug face on her.
I've got a big grin. It was funny.
And we're also going to do a suggestion that my oldest daughter gave us, which was the Generation Z slang. These words that you and I just know nothing about.
Right.
Our youngest daughter came up with one the other day. What was it? Wookin' the Woody or...
I don't know.
What was it?
Oh. Hitting a gwitty.
Hitting a gwitty. Hitting a gwitty. I had no idea what that was. It turns out it's some kind of weird dance where, I don't know, the best way I can explain it is it looks like an indigenous people, trying to stay PC here.
Yeah.
Original Americans. A kind of dance that they would do. And it's a TikTok thing, it seems. And it's called hitting the gritty. And you got to say it like that because you can't say hitting the gritty because then you just sound like an old fart like we are.
See, I was surprised you didn't know that because Nick will look at me all the time and say, "Mom, hit the gritty."
Well, Nick says all kinds of things. Really.
Nick sure does. He sure does.
He had a time period that everywhere he went, he would walk in and he would just yell at the top of his lungs, "Fried raccoon!"
Yep. It's about the same time period that he was sleeping with our guinea pig. He would steal the guinea pig at night and sleep with it.
That kid's an animal whisperer. He really is. I've seen him do. We used to have a cat that he would wear like a shawl, and the cat didn't care. He'd wrap it around his body or around his neck, and the cat was like just as happy as a clam.
Mm-hmm.
Just did not care. So.
Hey, bonus points if you remember the cat's name.
Chloe.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Bonus points.
50 meat points.
Only our kids are going to get that. -5 cheese points for that. So anyways, here are the questions that our kids gave us that we're going to try ever so hard to answer. But I don't know. Some of them look...
Are they tough?
Some of them.
I can't see the paper.
Oh, well, I'll just read the first one. And then you can answer. And we'll do it just like last week, where I'll read a question, and then you answer first, and then you read the question, and then I'll answer first.
Okay.
Everybody needs rules. All right, so here is the first question. How did you change or we change after kids? I'm assuming that means after, how did we change as people after we had kids, is what I'm assuming. But you know what they say, if you assume, you make an ass out of Uma Thurman.
Well, geez, everyone changes after kids. That's like...
Well, how specifically, I think.
How specifically? Yeah. Well, we no longer came home at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, that was not a luxury anymore.
Oh well, that's as a couple. I think. I think specifically you. How did you
How did
change?
specifically I change?
You're right. As a couple, we didn't stay out all night. We didn't have the money that we could spend on frivolous things anymore. We needed things that the needy kids needed,
Yeah,
like
I don't know that.
diapers and bottles and food.
I don't
Greedy kids.
I don't know that I specifically changed. It's just up until the point Sam was born, we were kind of free, and then all of a sudden we were not free. I don't know that I changed. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I changed. I mean, routines changed and importance changed. Like, importance was placed elsewhere, like you just said, but I don't think I changed. I don't know. Do you think I changed?
Um, Not really. I mean, like you said, yeah. As a couple, we changed more um, together. But like personally, with me, I grew up a lot. I mean, I used to do all kinds of naughty things for me, like a lot of, well, I'll just put it out there, drinking and doing other things of intoxicating nature
Yeah.
that I didn't do anymore. You know, I couldn't give up the smoking. Unfortunately, I still smoke.
And as a couple, we did drop a whole group of friends, like an entire group.
Yes.
And that was probably for the better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of what I was just talking about that I used to do were these. You know, I participated with these friends, so and we couldn't have a baby around while people were doing said activities, so we moved on. Well, that's kind of like what I was saying about growing is we couldn't do that all night. We couldn't stay up playing video games 24 hours. I mean, because a baby wants to get changed at 5 o'clock in the morning. You can't talk them out of it.
Right.
And say, hey, I was up until a half hour ago. You can sit there and wait.
That's the glory of having teenagers.
I know. They don't need their diapers changed. As far as still needing stuff though, it seems like the older they get, the more they need and greedy. They still need food and attention. So, what's the next question on here? Oh, you were reading it.
I get to read it.
So read it. Goodness gracious.
Do you believe in the afterlife?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. I am a born again, God saved Christian. Jesus is my savior. I believe that. I'm what you call a struggling Christian, as you'll hear the occasional swear word to come out of my mouth. Um, but sometimes I look at that as like adding pepper to mashed potatoes.
Sentence enhancers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think more of following a organized religion. I don't do that as much. I don't really call myself a Baptist. I don't really call myself. I certainly don't call myself a Catholic because they're just evil. But anyway,
Just offended all of my family.
I'm kidding, of course. They're not evil people. There's the organization. Well, don't get me started on that. But anyways, I don't call myself part of any kind of organized religion, I don't think. I grew up a Baptist. But then again, the pastor of the church that I used to belong to was the very first, and this is a proud moment, he was the very first preacher to get caught in a sex scandal.
Like ever. Or publicly called out for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, 2020 showed up at our church, and I got to meet Jerry Farwell because he took over the church at one point,
And I'm Catholic, and I don't know who any of those people are.
oh, well, Jerry Farwell?
Nope.
Oh, well, he's a big known, well, he's passed on, I think,
Is it like
now. But
PTL or something?
no, that's Baker, Jim Baker, and
Oh.
Tammy Faye Baker.
I had friends that watched PTL. They actually went to the PTL, I don't know what it was, vacation land or something? I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah.
They were going to take me, but my mom, I'm Catholic, so she's, well, I was Catholic. I was like, no.
Well, you see, and it was after my preacher got caught that Jim Baker got caught, and I don't know, Jerry Lee Lewis's cousin there. I can't think of his name. He got caught with his pants down, and so yeah, it was a big scandal. So that's kind of why I don't follow organized religion anymore. But anyways, going back to the question, yes, I believe there's an afterlife. I believe that if you're born again, then you will go on to heaven. And I think that science and religion kind of mix. That science, without even realizing it, is proven in an afterlife because A, energy can neither be destroyed, and B, they've figured out 11 kind of dimensions out there. So, I mean,
Wah, 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 wah.
what was that?
That was the Charlie Brown noise. Like, you lose me.
Okay.
You lost me.
She hears science, and this is what she hears.
Not like that. It's more like the talking mumble thing in Charlie Brown where it goes wah, 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 wah. Meaning I do not understand a word you're talking about. Because you got science mixed in there.
Anyways, yeah, I believe in an afterlife.
I do too.
Is that your answer?
That's my answer.
Hopefully yours is a little bit longer.
What, my answer?
Yeah, other than, yeah, I do believe in it.
No.
They can't hear your head shake back and forth.
I'm supposed to put my phone in airplane mode, but I can't because I'm a parent who thinks at any given moment any one of my 3 kids will call. And this one has called twice so far. And we just told him that we were busy. And he doesn't really need much.
No.
No.
Yeah, he just to interrupt the question and answer thing, he just called, and Mom, of course, panicked. She had to answer, and it was important. It really was important to him. He wanted to show me a custom Funko Pop somebody had made. So, our world has to stop just to see this custom Funko Pop.
Yep, that's my boy.
All right, so the next question. What did your parents do for work?
Oh, gosh. All right, so pretty much all my life, my mom was bartender and waitress. And she worked mostly nights.
That was it, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I was out of the house. When I moved down with you, was she working at Irving then? No. No. She was still bartending and working at the Hotel Terrace. Yep. And my dad? What I remember when I was little was that my dad worked at the dump that my grandfather lived in front of. Wow, this will turn into a story time. My grandfather lived this is tiny road to the dump, and he lived in this like really tiny trailer. I don't even know that it was meant to be like lived in full time, but he did. And
now this not to interrupt, but this was the grandfather that gave you cold corn.
Yep, Popeye. Yep, cold corn and see the monkey, and yeah. And my dad, I don't know what they did in there though. I feel like they organized the dump. I don't really think that's a proper term.
Organized the dump.
Yeah, my grandfather would and my father would go through the stuff that was good, and it was
Go put these used diapers under you for used
Well, I think
diapers.
things like that went into like the garbage at the dump. But then he'd pull out things that were still good and useful to people that they could go through.
Uh-huh.
And my dad would bring home all the Playboys,
Oh my God.
all of them, and he kept them in his truck.
I know he's a pervert. That's
I know.
why. It was a pervert.
Yep, and that was where my feet rested, was on top of the Playboys. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Miss January makes my feet comfortable.
Yep. Had another couple stacks, and my knees start hitting my chin. You know.
Oh my God.
Yep.
But you were a little girl too. I mean, not like young, but I mean, you were petite.
Yes.
So
I used to be.
that's quite the stack for him to make your.
It was a big stack, and I never opened them. And he's like, "Don't look at those,"
Yeah,
and I was just like, "Okay." I didn't think anything of it. But then I'd get some cool stuff from the dump too. Not gonna lie, I would get some cool stuff from the dump. So there was benefits to having.
Like what?
Well, I remember getting bags of letters, people's old letters, correspondence.
That was cool to you?
It was cool because my grandfather collected stamps. He actually had a very extensive and expensive collection of stamps.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was interested in that. So he showed me how to soak the stamps off the envelopes, but it was just as interesting to read the letters as well.
What kind of, like, old Civil War letters? Like, it has been a fortnight since I've seen you last, Margaret.
I was kind of hoping for things like that.
No,
they were just, I don't remember any of them now, but I remember, oh, cool. I don't know. I don't remember.
Money tight, times are hard, so here's your Christmas card.
I'm sure if there was any money
letters.
in any, Dad probably took them.
Oh, well, yeah.
And then, I don't know what he did after the dump, but I think there was a period of time where he didn't have employment, because I remember him doing jury duty a lot. Like, more than the average person does jury duty. I think he did it as income.
How do you start doing jury duty as a job?
I've never got jury duty, so I don't even know how you get picked in the first place, but
I think all you got to do is be a registered voter.
oh, well, I think I that was very rude. Burp.
Well, they didn't hear it until you pointed it out.
Oh,
Thanks.
no. Oh, no, they did. I think you can volunteer for it.
Huh.
And then he went on to work at a parking booth
Yeah,
place.
well, that's kind of where I met him, because he was my boss.
Right. So. Apcoa Parking.
Yeah, I honestly didn't remember that until you said that.
So
anyways, my mom and dad, I didn't really know my dad until just recently, actually. He told me what he did. He worked at Portland Glass, putting in glass. Beyond that, I really don't know. And then he went to work at UMO, I think, as a janitor or something. Then he got hurt, so he didn't work there anymore. But beyond that, I really don't know what he did, except for, little things he told me. I guess he worked at a garage once and stuff like that. But
wasn't he in the military?
yeah, I think it was before me, but I'm wondering if it was before my sisters or not. Again, I really don't know much about my father, so I'm just kind of finding out all about my sisters, and unfortunately, there's still one sister I've yet to meet, and I guess there's kind of a story behind that, but I don't want to press any issues or anything like that. So.
Right.
But there's two sisters younger than me, and two sisters that are older than me, and I don't know if he went into the military after. Well, no, he said he went in when Elvis went in, so it must have been before my two older sisters were born. But I guess he got into trouble, and they gave him a choice, either jail or military, so he chose the military. It was a parachuter or something.
Wow.
So, and my mother worked at a shoe factory, putting on soles of shoes with glue. And little little side note is the babysitter that I had used to beat the hell out of me, so she had to get done. So for most of my life, she was unemployed because of me.
Stay at home mom.
Yes, yes, she was. So she really, I mean, she tried different jobs. She really did, but
Did you work in the laundromat for a while?
yeah, well, she volunteered there, winkety wink, and
I don't think she can get in trouble now, dear.
no, well, no, she's passed away, but yeah, she would find her paycheck under the table is where she would find that paycheck.
Gotcha.
And like when I was going to school, she did crossing guard for a while. But other than that, she really didn't work. So, like you said, she was a stay-at-home mom. So, next question.
Let me see. See, I don't understand this one. What is the best, funnest you've done?
Yeah, skip that one. I don't know when
I don't know what that means. When did you have your first kiss?
I had my first kiss when I was in Head Start. That, for all you younger people, is before Kmart. Kmart.
Kmart.
Right before Kmart. Kindergarten is Head Start. Right before kindergarten is Head Start, and I had this crush on this girl named Heather, and I kissed her when she kissed me, and that was my first kiss. I'd seen it on HBO the night before, and I thought, hey, that looks like fun.
What were you doing watching HBO at 4?
I think I think I was a night owl, and my mother was not. So she would fall asleep with the TV on, and I would sneak out and watch TV.
That's crazy.
Mm.
I wasn't even allowed to have my TV on past 8.
Well, she would have it on. It wasn't my TV. I would just sneak out and watch TV.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was Head Start. My first real kiss, I think, that I had when I knew what I was doing was probably not again until I would dare say high school.
Yeah.
Where I actually had feelings for somebody. But And you, dear?
Mine was the summer between middle school and high school, I'd say. To a young man I had a crush on, who years later, Scott would find a videotape of me kissing said young man and think that it had just happened because I still owned the same sweatshirt. Yeah, he got a little upset.
I thought she was cheating on me. I punched a hole through the tape.
I say years later. It was really like a couple of years later, but that was my first. He was the preacher's son.
Was your first kiss on that tape? I mean, did I ruin your first kiss?
No,
or?
that was no. It was actually in a it was in a camper. I was having a sleepover at a friend's house, and it was in a camper, and we were playing Spin the Bottle.
Ah.
We weren't dating then.
Oh, so you were a hussy then.
I was not a hussy.
What kind of student were you?
I was a good student.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't study. I hated science. But I managed to get good grades anyways, decent grades, with the exception of science and chemistry and anything related. And I took a lot of art classes, which really boosted my GPA because I have a natural ability.
Well, Miss Braggy.
So, hey.
I was a horrible student. Horrible.
I think we touched on that.
Yeah.
Could you please leave the high school?
Yeah. I hated doing homework. I hated studying. I hated the authority. I hated everything about school. But um, on the tests that they would give me, I would pass every one, and it really angered them.
I bet that's with the exception of your spelling tests.
Oh yeah, I was a horrible speller.
He was when I met him and he would write me letters. I mean, the man was 20 years old, and still spelling was WUZ.
Well, I know how to spell was. I was just cool back then.
Oh, it was cool to spell badly.
Well, yeah. Doesn't the Backstreet Boys spell their BOYZ?
I don't know.
Yeah, you spell everything with a Z.
Oh, so it was just cool.
Yeah, it's just cool.
Oh, I
Deal
just
with
thought
it.
you were a bad speller.
Well, I still am a bad speller. I mean, I still have trouble with that I before ye, except after C, and
It's really pretty.
instead of neighbor and way, and this is how you pay, and that I can't. Obviously, I can't remember. So, I mean, if there's an I and a C in a word, I don't know how to spell it.
Yeah.
Thank God for.
Can you spell ice?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
ICEZ. So.
Ice.
All right, let's get through this.
Why, we have more?
Yeah.
Didn't I just ask this one? Oh, no, you didn't. What was your dream job as a kid?
I wanted to be a rock star.
Was
Yeah.
that like the first thing you ever wanted to be?
Yeah. I remember as a young kid, I was watching a rerun of the Monkees. You remember the Monkees?
I remember. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. So, and they had a special. Wasn't like their normal show where they were acting all foolish and stuff like that. It was like them on tour. And I remember I turned to my mom and I said, "Can I do that when I grow up?" And she, of course, said no. So, but yeah, I always wanted to be a rock star. And as you can tell now that I didn't quite follow through with that.
Yeah.
I got a lot of ambition, just not a lot of follow through.
He's a very good guitar player. And when I met him, he was a singer in a garage band.
Yeah.
He could sing. He could carry a tune.
Well, used to be able to. Lost the handle now.
Yeah, well, you use it or lose it, babe.
What'd you want to be?
I remember the very first thing I wanted to be was a McDonald's worker.
What?
Yeah, the very first thing I ever wanted to be was a McDonald's worker. I just guess I didn't know much of the working world, really. I mean,
Oh.
Yep, I wanted to work at McDonald's, but I really wanted to be an artist.
Oh.
But
yeah, because when I met you, you wanted to work at like Disney and you know, like well, Disney was really the only place back then. Now they got, but so you went from McDonald's worker
that I was really little then.
What, so you could like have all the cheeseburgers you wanted.
I think so.
Ah,
I was
see,
very.
now the truth comes out.
Food goals were big.
One of these days, I swear to the heavens above, I will eat as many cheeseburgers as I want.
Never worked at McDonald's a day in my life. I did work at Subway. It was a healthier option.
Oh, we'll ask this last question. Skip the last two, whatever.
Okay.
But anyways, what is your favorite fantasy or sci-fi movie?
Not my favorite genre. I think I would have to say the movie Avatar. I don't know. Again, not my favorite genre, but I do love Avatar.
Avatar. The blue things?
Yes.
Smurfs only for adults?
Yeah, I think I would live in that world.
I wouldn't. Have you seen them nasty creatures that go around just eating everything?
Yeah, but they connect their tails into the animals, and then they're like one.
Well, that's how they make love, I think. Don't you connect tails? Isn't that how they...
Yeah, but that's how we
Do
flew
it.
on the They flew on the dragon thing too. Are you 12?
Yes, I am. Damn. Yeah, I want to wrap my tail around you, baby.
Oh my god.
I know. Well, the problem that I had is he got on that big dragon thing and he landed there and he was supposed to be like the tale was told that if somebody comes and lands on that big dragon that they'll be the chief star of everything, and people were like, yeah, so what? You can ride a dragon.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I don't know. It's. I don't think it warrants a part 2.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeesh. No.
Will you watch it with me?
I guess. I mean,
Can we watch them back to back?
no. Isn't that like 48 hours a movie? I mean, that was a long ass movie.
It was.
It just kept going on. I thought when it ended, it was going to be the end, but it didn't. It just kept going on.
No, it was a very good movie.
All for a big tree.
I liked it.
I liked it better when it was called the Smurfs.
No.
My favorite science fiction movie, as you probably know, or fantasy sci-fi, is Star Wars.
He's a very big Star Wars fan.
I had to push that button.
I could tell.
Sci-fi, I mean, Star Wars is the be-all, end-all of science fiction movies. I mean, it tells the story of a young kid who, I mean, even at the beginning when he's watching the sunsets fall over his home planet, that he's going on this epic journey, and it tells the story of this, and I'm talking about the first 3, which would be 4, 5, and 6, not the first 3, 1, 2, and 3, or the last 3, 7, 8, 9,
Right.
because all of them sucked, but 4, 5, and 6.
I don't think I've seen any of the latest, and then there's The Mandalorian. That's part of Star Wars.
Oh, they're
world.
overdoing it now. They
Yeah.
gave it to Disney, and now they're just Star Warsing everything to death. No, I'm talking about the original 4, 5, and 6. And I mean, you go into it. It not only tells a science fiction movie. I mean, it's telling this old Western movie. It's telling a kung fu movie. It's telling a World War One or two movie with the dog fights that the X-wings have, and that's the World War movies, and the kung fu movies and the samurai movies are with the lightsabers, and I mean, even Darth Vader's helmet kind of looks like a what do you call that?
Construction helmet.
No.
It's the Bob the Builder genre.
Well, you know, at the part 6 there, where they're rebuilding the Death Star, you needed a construction helmet. I don't know why you didn't see more Bob the Builders running around there going, you know, hey. And what I couldn't figure out too is the same exact mistake that they made in part 4 with that little exhaust hole. They thought, okay, well, let's go ahead and make that exhaust hole again, which is what blew it up in the first place. But anyways,
I've seen the movies, yet I just don't.
let me guess.
I haven't studied the movies apparently like you have.
Your favorite has to be part 6, and that is because it has
Ewoks.
Yeah, just exactly what I thought.
I was a fan of C-3PO and R2-D2. Those were the two little action figures. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had those action figures, and I went to the movie theater in Brewer and saw the middle one, part
5.
5.
Yeah, 5 comes in between 4 and 6.
Is that Empire Strikes Back?
Yes.
Okay. I remember going to the movie theaters, and I had to sit on the floor because there was no more seats.
That's how important that movie was.
I know, but I don't remember. You could ask me right after that movie, and I don't know what happened. Yeah.
I'm ashamed to call you my wife right now.
I'm sorry. I've seen them all much better now, and I can.
But even there you go with Bert and Ernie there, R2 and C-3PO. You're telling the story of LGBTQ.
What?
Oh, come on. C-3PO was gayer than a $3 bill.
No.
Yeah, he talked. Oh, master, master. Yeah,
was
I
so
pointed
fun-
out now, didn't I?
No. He was just a very fancy, fine, a refined gentleman.
Oh, now somebody's all insulted about
No.
Star Wars.
God.
Well, I'm
I
not.
thought people only got offended over like Jar Jar Binks.
Well, no, because he sounded like he was um, talking like a slave back in the 1800s.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, massa be doing something.
You can't say that.
Well, I can. I just did it, didn't I? That's how Jar Jar Binks talked. And not only that, but the guy that played Jar Jar Binks was black, so. And
Does that make it okay?
well, I don't know. The poor guy was like, he was so blasted because of his portrayal of Jar Jar Binks, and it was such a hated character that I guess he tried to commit suicide.
I would have never thought of that as. Are you calling it slave talk? I don't even know how to say that. I don't know how to properly say that, and I don't want to offend anybody, but.
Yeah, because there's so many black people in Maine.
This podcast is not just in Maine.
Well, I know, but, our listeners aren't worldwide yet.
Anyways, I would have never thought of it that way. Why do people have to put that sort of spin on it? Do you know what I mean? Why
Because
couldn't it
that's
just
what
be
it sounds like.
Oh. But it doesn't sound like that to everyone, I guess is what I'm saying. Some people just think that's Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, the first time I heard it, I was like, ooh. Misa go to the boss. Misa said, don't whip me, boss.
Oh, I'm going to crawl under the desk now.
Yeah. Oh, I've shattered her world theory.
I'm uncomfortable.
She found out C-3PO was gay.
He's not.
And Jar Jar Binks
Number one,
belongs
he's
in the
a
1800s.
robot. He doesn't even have body parts, so
Well,
therefore he can't be gay.
you've seen all these little gadgets and gizmos that come out of R2. Maybe he had a...
Oh, don't! Why do you think of things like that?
Because I'm a guy. That's what we
Oh,
think about.
God.
We go around. We don't
I feel
go
like
around.
we just got canceled.
We sit there and we talk about things like, hey, picture all of us guys, commercial during the NFL, big game. And it's not the Super Bowl because the commercials are good, but it's a commercial during an NFL game. And then one guy inevitably will say something that's just off the charts, kind of inappropriate. And you can just picture that one guy saying, hey, you think C-3PO had a dick? Guaranteed that's been talked about somewhere.
So glad I'm a woman.
Oh, yeah, like you guys don't compare boobies and have pillow fights during sleepovers.
Yeah, that does not happen.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Could you lie to me?
Oh my God. I think those questions and answers are done for the night.
I think they're just done completely.
Yeah.
We've traumatized our poor kids.
My mother listened to this.
Oh, well, now she has the theory that C-3PO was gay, and then he might have some kind of detachable golden penis.
Oh.
Anyways.
He's got the golden penis.
This is the part that I've been, did you just sing?
I did.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes?
Oh, and you think I'm bad. Oh, good thing I'm not a man.
Mine was cute.
Anyways, back to the part that I've just been kind of dreading. It's story time, but I don't know what story this is, and my wife has got that smug smile on her face like, oh, you think you embarrassed me last week? Wait until you hear this.
Well.
This is gonna be horrible.
And I don't even know how to make you. I want to make you tell this story.
I don't know.
I want you to tell me a story.
This goes on forever, doesn't it?
It's a long sound clip. Can you stop it?
I'm gonna hit the stop button. There we go.
Men and their toys. Anyways, I would like you to tell the story about us driving up the road and all of a sudden me winding up being alone in the car.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is?
No.
We were riding, and it was you and me, and Keith was in the back seat. And suddenly, you and Keith. This was a suggested story, and I will thank my niece for this.
She wasn't even there. How does she
there.
know?
She's been told the tale. Now she gets to hear it again.
All right, so we were driving by BMHI, of all places.
Bangor Mental Health Institute, for those not
in the know. And little known fact, or maybe it's a big known fact, I don't know, but I am deathly afraid of spiders. I hate spiders. Spiders creep me out. They got way too many legs, way too many eyes. They got the big fangs coming off their friggin' mouth.
Have you ever been close enough to one to see a fang?
Yeah. I've seen them on the TV.
Oh.
Just before I look away like a little girl and say, turn the channel. I hate spiders. They creep me out. They make me afraid. And I'll even go one step further before I tell that story and tell you why I'm such afraid of spiders. I'm scared of them. I'm scared of the spiders.
I played with spiders on the side of the garage.
Yeah, that's because you're a weirdo.
I know.
Daddy long legs.
They were fun.
Yeah. Anyways, way back when there used to be, there's two malls in a city. There's the rich mall that everybody goes to, and then there's the poor mall that, has stores that are closed and letters that are falling off the storefronts in the front. Well, we were at said poor mall. It's called the Airport Mall around here, or around there, I should say, in Bangor. And there was a pet store in there, and again, my cousin Keith was with me, which is probably explains the reason why he was beside me and you found yourself alone in the car. Anyways, we were young kids, and we were looking through all the animals and stuff, and we came across an aquarium. And on the aquarium it says, "Do not tap on glass. She gets angry." Well, I didn't see anything in there. I didn't see anything in the cage. So much like any kind of butthole kid would do, I tapped on the glass to make it angry to see if it would come out and play. Well, what I didn't know, it was a big frickin' tarantula. I jumped back, knocked over this poor kid who was much smaller than me, and I wasn't very old to begin with. I was probably 10 or 11. Back when you could let your kids wander around without them being kidnapped. And I knocked over this poor kid who flew into the doggy squeaky toys, which is hilarious. But I was too scared to take the moment and enjoy it.
Scooby-Doo running away from that?
Yeah. I went,
run.
I've been waiting to hit that.
Anyways, It terrified me. I mean, because this thing just, whop, went right to the cage wall, and I could see underneath it. And anyways, so that's why I'm afraid of spiders, because I got traumatized as a child. Thanks for bringing that up. But anyways, we're driving down by BMHI, and there was this huge spider.
Not huge spider.
Oh, it was about the size of a dime. Huge, massive, Godzilla-looking spider.
I couldn't even find it.
He comes crawling down my windshield. And again, this thing, bigger than Godzilla, comes crawling down, and I see it, and I scream. Now, I had a standard back then.
Which I didn't know how to drive.
So, without thinking, I just kind of slammed on the brakes, thinking it would stop the car. Which it didn't. No. And I jumped out of the car. And at that second, I realized, oh my God, I'm out of the car while it was moving. We were doing probably I managed to slow it down to about 10 miles per hour, which is still pretty fast because I stumbled quite hard at the end. And I went to yell to Keith because, as she just mentioned, my wife doesn't know how to drive a standard. So I yelled to Keith to kind of hop in the front and stop the car for me. And when I yelled to him, he said, "What?" And he was right beside me.
I was alone in the front of the car, and I did not know how to stop it.
Yeah, so that was pretty funny.
Over a spider. Over a spider.
It was gargantuan.
It was not. I don't even think I could find it.
It was at least twice the size of Godzilla.
I think
swear.
it was in your imagination. I don't think there was probably a piece of fuzz or a dandelion.
No, it was
fluff.
a spider because Keith saw it too.
No, there's no way from the back seat that he saw this.
It was huge. That's why he could see it from the back seat.
If it existed,
He could have been.
It was a centimeter.
Well, stop using metric system. It had to be at least 4 feet across.
or a tenth of an inch.
Yeah, so I hate spiders, I guess is the
I thought, it's funny to look back on. It was the only thing I was afraid of was I was in a car that was still moving and I didn't know how to stop it.
There were no other cars around. You were fine.
It doesn't matter. Just one of the many times you tried to kill me with a car.
Yeah, well, we'll get into them stories some other time. It's not like I meant to kill you. I'm not Daryl Brooks over here running over you. I'm just hopping out of cars because of scary spiders. They're about the size of Godzilla.
Or less than an ant.
No, it was bigger than that.
No.
Had fangs. Looked at me and said, "How you doing?" Nice. It was a talking mutant spider.
That's what he left his fiance in the car with.
Yeah, talking mutant spider.
So, come the zombie apocalypse, I'm going to be in just great shape.
Yeah, well, I think you can run faster than me, so you should be okay.
That's true.
You ain't going to run fast. You just got to run faster than me.
Okay.
So, and I'm good in short bursts, but I'm like the dwarf in Lord of the Rings. I'm good in short bursts, but after about 3 feet, I'm toast. I need oxygen. I need a gallon of water.
I actually just told somebody a story the other day about how you're good in short bursts.
Well, that sounds naughty.
Running wise.
Oh. What do you get up to with your girlfriends? We talk about C-3PO. You tell them I'm good in short bursts. That's not right.
It was a good thing. You just have to trust me.
Okay. So, we were supposed to have my youngest daughter today talking about millennial words. And this was brought to us by my oldest daughter, Samantha. The idea was, I should say. And she said it would be hilarious if we found a bunch of millennial words and tried to guess what they mean. Now, this goes all the way back to my wife and her work pals getting together and trying to figure out what cap and no cap means. And, of course, cap means that you're not lying, that you're lying.
You're lying.
And no cap means that you're not lying. So if you say, this podcast is cool, no cap, that means this podcast is cool, I'm not lying. Correct?
Correct.
And what was the other one?
Out of pocket.
No.
Bussin'?
No. Boy, you guys are learning a whole bunch of words, aren't you? It was right after no cap.
Cap, no cap. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
World's greatest memory this kid has.
Yep.
So, anyways, she looked up a bunch of words, and I looked up a bunch of words, and we made sure that the words didn't, they weren't the same words. And what we're going to do is read off the words. I'm going to read off my words, and she's going to try to guess the definition of what they mean, and vice versa.
I think I'm going to win.
Oh, probably.
50 meat points.
Probably. I don't, 50 meat points. I don't know a lot of these words, so I was looking up words to pick, and I was like, I mean, there's a couple of them, and one that I didn't pick that everybody knows is fam.
Yeah.
Like family, short for family. So, but otherwise than that, I was looking at these words going, my dear Lord, why do they talk like this? So, here we go. That's my game show music. Isn't that pretty?
Boys and their toys.
Oh, shut up. Girls and their
Pearls.
pearls.
Yeah.
You know what a pearl necklace is, don't you?
Give me your first one.
All right. This word is glow up.
I know what that means.
Well, then tell me.
It's when you get your makeup did and you get all fancied up. You glow up.
Yeah, but specifically?
Huh?
It's specific. This means a makeover
Yeah.
from what to what?
From a young girl to an older girl?
No, from bad to good.
Oh. Okay. Get your hair did.
That's how we say it around these parts. You get your hair done did. All right, so that's how we're going to play.
Okay.
And my word is
Drip.
Oops. Drip.
Drip.
I'm going to rely on what I used to know drip means. If you were a drip, that means you were I don't know, not a dummy or nothing. I don't know. You were a drip. I don't think there's any
That
other
sounds
word
like-
for it.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah, sure.
Fashionable, stylish, or sexy.
Oh, that's not what drip used to mean. Why'd they have to go ahead and change a good word? Like, you're such a drip. That was bad. Now it's
more,
you're dripping.
it's a descriptive, yeah. Not, you don't dripping. I think something is drip. I
had to take a drink of my...
I could be way off.
Well, no, isn't that what it says? All right. Your next word. CEO.
CEO.
And I'll give you a hint. It's not what you think it is.
Yeah. You're not the president of a company.
No.
I honestly don't have a guess, really. You're important.
No.
No?
It means if you're a CEO of something, it means you have mastered it.
Oh.
So if you're like a pro skater, you're the CEO of skateboarding.
Oh. Kind of like goat.
Well, I don't know about goat skateboarding,
Shut up.
All right, give me my next nonsensical, stupid word.
I think you're going to know this one, though.
Okay, what is
Yeet.
it? Yeet.
Eat.
That is... See, I used to think it meant like something was great, but I've learned, I think, that the word means to throw something. Like, me and Keith yeeted out of that car and left you alone with the monstrous talking radioactive spider.
Yep, but it can also mean excitement or approval.
Well, you did not approve of us leaving the car, so...
That was no yeet. Can we make that a word?
No yeet.
No yeet.
Specifically for spiders. All right, here is your next word. It is stan.
Stan?
Stan. Not stand, stan.
Is it like the opposite of Karen?
No, it is not short for Stanley.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Would you like to phone a friend?
No.
No, it is not short for Stanley. Instead, it's a combination of stalker and fan. if you stan somebody, it means you're obsessed, but not in a creepy way. How can you be obsessed and a stalker and not in a creepy way?
I don't know. So you like someone?
Oh,
I guess maybe.
I don't know. Like I'd be a stan of Ozzy Osbourne? No, because I don't stalk him.
I was gonna say.
I'm a fan of his. I don't know. It seems to me that if you're a stalker in any way, shape, or form, you're creepy.
Yep. Stan is kind of a creepy name.
Well, that is a BS kind of word then.
Yeah.
Huh.
Huh.
Anyways.
Oddly enough, my number 3,
Yes.
Stan.
I told you not to copy the word. I'm
I
going to
didn't-
go ahead and guess that you're a stalker and a fan.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna go again. No, you go. You go.
A Yugo is a car.
Yeah.
No, is that the word, or you're telling me
No,
to
I'm
go?
telling you to go.
You can't be using words.
I couldn't find this on the list to tell you what it meant, and I couldn't remember.
Okay. Well, let me
bad-
see.
bad
I was
memory.
smart, and they're numbered, so I put the number down.
Yep.
So,
You are clever.
and here is your word, and I don't even now know if I'm pronouncing it right. Chuegi. Chugi. Chugi.
Chugi?
Chugi. Cheugy. Chugi. Chugi. Twiggy.
Sounds like a dog toy.
You want to play with your Chugi?
Yeah.
Chugi, Chugi, Chugi. I'm going to find something,
It's
give it to the dogs, and call it Chugi now. Go ahead and take a guess.
Chugi. Kind of sounds like loogie. Maybe it means to spit.
No. It is something that is not at all trendy.
So like cringy.
No, cringy means it makes you feel weird inside. Chugi is something that's not trendy. Like bell bottoms are chuggy nowadays.
Oh. Gotcha.
All right.
Chugi.
Chuggy.
Are we saying it right though?
I don't know. Here,
Spell it.
I already spelled it.
I know what I forgot already.
I got this little. Everybody has his app, so I'm gonna have Siri pronounce it for us. Here we go.
Chuji.
Chugi.
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 See, now that would have changed. That I probably would have gotten it.
Yeah,
if you-
probably.
If you'd have pronounced it
It
right.
sounds Oriental, so yeah, you would have said, "Oh, it's from the it's from the Orient." That means it's not trendy at all.
Right.
All right. My next word.
Your word is FOMO.
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 Let me see. That means, I know for a fact, that means fight or muster on. Am I wrong?
No, you got it. No, just kidding. No, it means fear of missing out.
Oh. So our youngest, not doing this, she FOMO'd it. Or can you add an ED to it?
No, I don't think she feared missing out. She was perfectly fine with missing
Oh,
out.
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was. We're not trendy at all. We're chuggy. We're chugway.
This was too cringe for her.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Your last word is all the way down at number 45. Well, let's see how this is pronounced.
Quap.
Guap.
Whap.
Oops, I forgot the music. There you go. Guap.
Whap.
Guap.
It reminds me of WAP.
Guap.
No, WAP.
What is WAP?
It's a song. You'll have to listen to
Oh, yeah. Isn't that WAP?
it. Maybe.
You come along, you must whop it.
Not that. Guap?
Guap or
Is it-
guap.
Is it
Guap.
is it like an abbreviation?
Yeah.
Go with
No, it's not. It means something.
it means
It's
something.
not like fupa.
What?
For
Oh.
everybody who's interested,
No.
feel free to look up fupa.
I don't know.
Guap or guap.
I
I'll give you a hint. Oop,
Okay,
wait
good.
a second. I'll give you a hint. We are not guap, or we don't have guap. We don't have guap. We're not full of guap.
I don't know.
Just take a guess.
I'm
That's the
my
funniest
brain
part.
wants to go to avocados.
Guacamole?
Yes.
Well, if you took away the moly and put moolah, you would be awful close. Guacamole. If you were guap or have guap, that's money and lots of it.
Oh.
So if I won the lottery, I would have guap.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
stupid.
Elon Musk is guap?
No, he's not guap.
Oh,
he
no.
has guap.
Oh, he has guap.
Yeah. Or guapamole.
All right.
He's having tacos and guacamole. Do I have a last word, or did you
You-
skip it?
No, you have the last word.
All right, one last word.
FYP.
FYP. FYP. See, my mind keeps wanting to go to dangerous places
It's not that dangerous.
because I automatically want to go F you people.
No. Nope, but I will give you a hint.
Oh, cool.
It circles back around to a topic at the beginning of this podcast, which would be TikTok. 'Cause I think this is where this comes from.
FYP?
FYP.
Is it short for Filipino?
No.
FYP. Fine young personnel. I don't know.
For you page, which you know
For you page.
For you page, yeah. You
Wouldn't
know
it be your page?
no.
Well, they
It's
can't
the
even
for
say
you. That's you need to spend some time on TikTok.
I hate TikTok.
You watch reels, it's TikTok.
No, I watch YouTube shorts.
It's TikTok.
No, it's not. It's short little videos.
People put their TikToks on YouTube. That's what it is.
I don't care. I'm not getting
The
TikTok.
for you page. It's videos that come up that are for you based on what you've watched. And a lot of people use that as a hashtag.
Oh, so it's not something they give you for your page. It's for you page.
It's the for,
I think
for
that's
you.
just Chinese. It's a for you page.
You are so bad. You go now. Happy good day.
You happy good day.
Happy good day.
You are number 4 for you page. I almost got coffee all over the place.
Oh. It's a TikTok term, and we did join that platform, so maybe you ought to get familiar.
Well, your lead. What's the word I'm looking for?
Social media gal.
Yeah. Because I don't do the social media. I don't do the Facebook. I don't do. I mean, recently the only reason I watch YouTube is for Daryl Brooks and some political stuff. I like watching
Were you-
Biden fall upstairs.
Were you
and-
watching a lawn all night last night?
a lawn?
A lawn. I seemed to look at your cell phone, and I thought I heard Daryl Brooks stuff, but I saw a lawn.
Like grass?
Like
Was
grass,
I
like-
watching grass grow?
Like somebody's yard. I'm like, he's watching somebody's yard? What is he doing?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Oh. What I remember.
Welcome to the Paint Dry channel. This is Edward Snarlong.
Snarl. Where do you get these names?
I just come up with them.
Yeah.
Imagine being Mr. and Mrs. Snarlong. Well, so that was, if you didn't write it down, just hit rewind. And that was the the Generation Z language of today. So if you hear your kids saying
I
any
thought it
of
was
these
millennial.
words, no, it's after millennial.
Oh.
They don't have a Generation Y. It's Generation X, which is us, the last of the great generations. I mean, you have the World War II, the baby boomers, the greatest generation, which is World War II, then the baby boomers, who were still kind of real men and women. And then you have, I don't know, the hippies, whatever they
I was
were.
going to ask what my mother's generation was.
I think
Generation W?
no, I don't think it necessarily. I don't think Adam and Eve were Generation A.
That's funny.
I think. Well, no, I think your mother would be a baby boomer.
Oh.
And then the baby boomers gave birth to Generation X, and we gave birth to the millennials. I don't know what happened to Generation Y. Probably because they went around asking too many questions. Why? Shut up! Mr. Schnurlong.
Oh, Lord.
After the millennials who started this whole participation trophy crap, they either grew into older Generation Zs, Generation Zs, or
What's Katie?
she's a Generation Z, unfortunately.
Sam and Nick?
They're, well,
Sam's a millennial. She got to be.
Sam's a
She's born in
millennial.
99.
yeah, I think Nick is still in there young enough to be a millennial.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's still got participation trophies and stuff. But I think they're at that age. Well, Sam's 22, so she might give birth to a Generation Z.
Sam is 23.
I knew that.
Okay.
I was testing you.
Okay.
And then they give birth to, and God knows what Generation Z is going to give birth to.
Yeah, we're out of letters.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't think Adam and Eve were Generation A. We'll probably just go to words, like baby boomers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
where do they come up with, like, why are we X?
I don't know where Generation X, Y, Z came from. But, like, the greatest generation was called the greatest generation because they fought in World War One and World War Two.
Oh.
The baby boomers are called the baby boomers because after the world wars, they came home and,
Had copious amounts of sex.
yeah, well, after spending years alone in foxholes with other men, babies
Gotcha.
were to be born. So there was the baby boomers. And then the baby boomers gave birth to Generation X. So 50 years ago, 45 to 50 years ago. And then,
I wouldn't have thought of my mother as a baby boomer.
I believe so, 50-something.
Yeah.
So she's not 50 years old. Born back in 50-something.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then we started giving participation trophies, and you can't give out Fs because it makes kids feel bad, and then this is what they grow up to be, saying words like guap. Sorry.
What the heck?
That was loud. That reminds me of a quick story
Oh,
before
yeah,
we
this is a
sign
good
off.
one.
I did that. Yeah, every once in a while, I'll have a burp that I think I can control and be silent, and it comes out, I don't know, just rattling the windows like a Harley that's out of tune. And I had such an instance at Governor's Restaurant.
No, it wasn't Governor's. It was that little restaurant in the corner by where TJ Maxx is now. I think it was called the M&M Restaurant.
Oh, yes. Oh, they used to have the best fried chicken and gravy there. Oh, goodness. That's the only place I would go to have fried chicken and gravy.
Okay.
But anyways, so yes, the M&M Restaurant. And I had one of those uncontrollable burps that just rattled the windows. And I looked at my wife and I said, Terry, shame on you. Well, I felt a hand on my shoulder, and I looked up, and there's the waitress, and she looks at me and goes, "Now, dear, we both know that wasn't her." And I said, "You have caught me, ma'am. You are absolutely correct. That was my ignorance."
It was so funny. He turned so freaking red.
Yeah. I'm a hard person to embarrass. I'll go around in Walmart and yell at the top of my lungs, "Terry, I miss you."
Yeah.
So I'm a hard person to embarrass, and this waitress did it in about 3 seconds. Just embarrassed the living hell out of me.
It was great.
It wasn't that great.
It was pretty great. It was pretty great.
So, anyways, we're going to wrap this up. We want to tell you what's coming up on different episodes. I don't want to say all next week. So, but we have, we're going to try to do Maine words and phrases. Things that only Mainers say.
Yep.
Yeah, like, yeah. And sent him to me by my little nephew. He's actually my second cousin, but he's more like a nephew to me, a beloved nephew. An idea of things kids say and how they say it wrong and how these words have endeared us to them and different things like that. Nikki's little, we actually call them Nikkiisms.
Yep.
Like fried raccoon. Although, when he said that, I could have strangled him every time. But
It's funny now.
Homer and Bart Simpson moment there. We're also going to have the craziest things our kids have done. And they've done some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So, we're going to tell them stories at story time. And then other things too. Keep up on the news and let you know if Donald Trump did get arrested or indicted or if the world is ending. If Armageddon happens, then you're on your own. As we discovered with the mutant talking spider from outer space crawling down my window.
Right. He is out.
Peace out, brothers. You is on your own.
That is right.
We're also going to do other things that we want to try. We want to build a website and be able to interact with our listeners. So you guys can send us email. We actually have an email. So if you want to send an email, send it to all one word, like we do podcast @gmail.com.
And we are also building our social media platforms as well. We'll be on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
We already have a page on Facebook.
Yep, like we do on Facebook. Look for our pictures. Not that you know who we are, but you see the picture there on the podcast. Same picture.
Yeah.
That's how you'll know it's us. And I think we're like we do podcast. No.
Yeah, I think so.
Like we do podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I think again, it's just like we do.
Yeah.
So
just like the email, and I'll repeat that. That's like we do podcast @gmail.com. You like?
you have a face for radio.
Shut up.
You're just mad because I used your joke.
My mother used to say it to me. Anyways, that's like we do podcast @gmail.com. We're also going to look into other things, and we look forward to your input too. We want to look into possibly merchandise, maybe. We don't know. You could walk around with a T-shirt with our ugly mugs on it that says "like we do."
You kind of look a little like Post Malone in that. I want to put some tattoos on your face.
I don't know. I look very high for some reason too.
Yeah, I want to put some tattoos on your face and some silver teeth or gold teeth.
My teeth aren't even showing.
Whatever's not chuggy.
So plastic gold teeth. Anyways, so look for the website. Look for a Patreon page so we can get free money. That's not it either. But look for a website. Look for all our our
Socials.
social medias. I can't even think of the word because I just don't do social media.
Get over it.
I'm a Generation Z. I don't do social media. Look for, or like I said, you can actually write us right now. And that's at likewedopodcast@gmail.com. So, I guess until next week or right around that area, we're going to try to record every week.
Yes. Because I like talking to him for a while. I work too much.
It is nice to have this conversation back and forth. It's a bit odd. We got to be honest. It's a bit odd to start out with. So until we get used to it, we're probably going to be really awkward at the beginning. But if you just bear with us,
Really awkward at the beginning, a little awkward at the end because we clearly don't know how to say goodbye.
saying goodbye why is it hard? So, anyways, until next week, we'll see you then. And you can do it the hard way, or you can do it like us.
Like we do.